What's the most overpriced thing you've seen? There was that novelty app a while ago that was just a red gem. App Store made him delete it. But he was always upfront what it was. I Am Rich was priced at the max expense for an app then. $999.99. Back in high school. That app was the very first thing anyone would install after jailbreaking their iPhone. A few years back Nordstrom was selling a rock in a leather pouch for $85. Neiman Marcus used to put out the most hilarious Christmas gift catalog. One year they offered his and hers Learjets. No kidding. Just about anything in that catalog was wildly overpriced. More recently, they offered in their Christmas book, as a potential gift, a Boeing business jet for the wonderfully affordable price of north of $35 million. Edit, correct the jet price wording. That $6 asparagus water Whole Foods sold a couple years ago. It was a 16-ounce bottle of water with 3 stalks of asparagus. Also, everything from Goop. One of my favorite John Oliver sketches. Youtube.com. There's a $50,000 HDMI cable on Amazon. I once read a review of an audiophile grade Ethernet cable. This guy actually claimed changing the Ethernet cable from his router to his PC made his music sound better. I saw an external zip disk reader in the clearance bin of Walmart for 10% off its original price in 2011. So it was going for $180 and had parallel ports in 2011. Walmart is weird with prices on stuff like that. I wanna say it was 2 years ago I saw a whole shelf of unopened copies of the game Legendary for PC. They were on sale for $49.99. I had bought it the month prior as part of a bundle with 9 other games in it that cost me $5. TP on offer up back in March. Have you checked the prices of Clorox wipes on Amazon? Or 3-pack can go for $200. In a downtown consignment shop, an oil painting of sheep grazing in a meadow had a price tag of $18,700. It was by an unrecognized artist. When asked why it was priced so high, the shopkeeper said because someone will like it and buy it. My high school art teacher told me your piece is worthless until you have a buyer. Same idea. Celebrity line of products. Companies hike the prices of products by hundreds of dollars just because the name of a celebrity was on it. Gwyneth Paltrow wants to know your location. There used to be an nerdy collector's store nearby. And when I was about 20 years ago, PFFF, I used to love it in there. Even if not buying anything. I was stunned by the individual Pokemon cards that they had in the glass cabinet. With their rarity emphasized by their ridiculous prices. There was one that always caught my eye. The Ancient Mew card. With baffling illegible text. The whole card being shiny and it being Mew. This was amazing. The £150 price tag showed that this thing was so special. They had it displayed in its own velvet lined box. Me and a couple of friends dreamt of owning that thing one day. For reference, the Charizard was £15. It turned out that it was only a promotional card for Pokemon the movie 2000. I bought one due to sheer nostalgia on eBay a few years ago. Still in its packet. For £4. Talk about achieving your childhood dreams. I remember seeing a basic scientific calculator for like $300. The T84. Which is the standard for most high school math classes. Still goes for $100 even though it's been out many years. And has seen no innovation. Bottle service at bars is duckin' stupid. I'll just go to a corner liquor store and buy the $4,000 bottle for like $40. Bottle service seems great when I'm blacked out and my friend orders it. When he Venmo requests me the next day it does not seem great. Weddings. I don't disagree with wanting the day to be special and memorable. But the industry jacks up the prices if they know it's a wedding. And there are way more affordable options while still getting to celebrate love and the future. No reason to break the bank. Use the money saved for even more memories. At least part of the wedding tax is justified. Vendors will often put more effort into wedding stuff over non-wedding stuff and will often even have backups ready. If something happens to your wedding cake minutes before it is picked up, you want them to have a backup cake ready. Because a refund at the last minute is next to useless since you won't be able to find a suitable replacement ready to go in the next hour. Sure, the cheap party favors and other plastic crap you buy months in advance that you have plenty of time to replace shouldn't have a wedding markup. But the day of stuff that had weeks of prep, it is better to pay a bit extra to cover the backups and prevent Bridezilla meltdowns. I saw a snowmobile motor for $4,000. It wasn't even new, it was like a 90s motor. It is the same thing with boats. An outboard motor is like always $1,500 or more. However, if you buy the motor with a boat attached to it, you are paying the same price. The 40-gram Pringles can. It's like 5 chips and it costs €1, $1 and 18 cents. It's not the even pure potato. $800,000 for a 500 square foot condo in Toronto. Insulin. Discovered over 100 years ago and is now synthetically produced and still is being sold for hundreds or thousands of dollars in many cases. The drug companies decided they were going to make their gigantic profit margins off life-saving medicine. I remember when you could get test strips for like $10 over the counter. Now everyone wants a prescription and a wad of cash. Like, I'm never not going to be diabetic. Why do I need to keep renewing this prescription? Female products. Tampons and pads really don't have to be that expensive. I feel bad for women, they can't stop it, it's pretty much free money. The $700 juicero. As if a Wi-Fi connecting juicer was even necessary. Let alone worth the price point. Juicer, since it didn't even actually juice anything. Just squeezed bags of pomade juice. Gold plated. Diamond encrusted Nokia cell phone. Why the hell would someone try to put fancy armor around something that's already indestructible? As a machinist who has made things for the military, most people don't understand what overpriced means. Preach. I bid a job for the military and they told me my bid was too low. I added a zero and got the job. Price I initially quoted would have been profitable for me. Food in movie theaters. The prices of everything is jacked up so much. For the big blockbuster movies, theaters have to give 100% of ticket sales to the studio for like the first 6-8 weeks after release. So theaters actually lose money showing movies. That's why they have to charge so much for food and drinks. Luxury $1 million homes built with the same wood wall framing, plywood and cheap vinyl siding as normal homes. I've told this story before. My wife and I were checking out yard sales. We end up in the rich neighborhood across town. I'm driving a dirty Subaru Crosstrek. Seeing everyone's classic cars, brand new trucks and BMWs. We felt really out of place. Well, we stop and start checking out different yard sales. One ended up being an estate sale. So we go inside. We start noticing they have the same cheap floors our cookie cutter house has. Same tub. Cheap light fixtures, the works. This is supposedly 1.2 mil house. It has 2 more bedrooms than ours and that's it. No yard, nothing else special. We get back to our car and just start laughing. We felt weird when we first drove up, but then realized people paid quadruple the price for basically the same house. Beef jerky here in the UK. In the US, beef jerky costs around $30 a pound. Around £23 in the UK. It is one of, if not the most, expensive beef products you can buy, other than a live cow. I accidentally bought an illegally imported 4-pack of Jewel pods from Canada. I instinctively said mint, knowing they didn't exist in NY anymore. Well, he pulled out a hidden pack with French warnings on it. I paid over $10 per pod. I swear, people sell oddly shaped Cheetos for thousands. Literally thousands. I once won $1,000 for 2 puffy Cheetos. And they were regular shaped and sized. It was all about the presentation. I managed to stand then up and called it a OMG. It's a double rainbow. Most college textbooks. I remember seeing this post about a $275 book that was basically a stack of loose leaf paper. 400 euros t-shirt in a shop in Zurich. So it was for gullible tourists. Since Switzerland doesn't use the euro. Handbags that cost tens of thousands of dollars. It's literally a bag to carry your stuff around. It ain't that serious. I only know because my girlfriend recently was telling me about this. A few brands are considered investment pieces. Chanel bags hold their value and Birkin bags increase in value due to the fact they are handmade in small amounts, about 5 per year. United States healthcare. Although seriously, HDMI cables in electronics stores. My dad worked in one and said never buy them as they cost £30 but are the same ones as Amazon do for £3. Now I know not all HDMI cables are equal. Especially nowadays. But the ones they try to upsell you when you buy a TV are cheap overpriced. I worked at Best Buy as a teenager and the way their employee discount works, or worked when I was there, is that employees paid 20% more than the store did for products. So for some things, like a gaming console, in which the store pretty much paid full price, an employee discount didn't matter, they made their money from game consoles from accessory sales. HDMI cables, on the other hand, were essentially free. We sold a gold-plated cable for like $150 or something insane, and with the employee discount it was under $1. Regular HDMI cables cost like 20 cents. Which was still 20% more than Best Buy paid for them in wholesale. Ridiculous. My pillow. $80 for $10 worth of scrap memory foam in a $1 pillowcase. The first time I saw a My Pillow ad, I originally thought it was like a comedy sketch and he was advertising his own pillow. Like, just the one pillow that he sleeps with every night. And you could just rent it out or something for a few days. Now I wanna make this a real thing : I once saw a scissor to $90. It wasn't anything fancy. It was in a grocery shop. $90. You should know that hairstylists can pay upwards of $2,000 for a pair of scissors. Many actually make payments on the scissors and pay to get them sharpened frequently. I never knew this until I saw the look of disgust and utter defeat when a hairstylist dropped a pair of scissors while I was getting them chopped. As someone who is half blind, glasses, I get the dirt cheap ones. And it still costs over $100 for the privilege of being able to see. A banana taped to a wall. A couple of years ago, Marks & Spencer Food, a high-end supermarket in the UK, tried selling cauliflower steak, which was a thick slice of cauliflower for £2.50. It was covered in plastic. You could literally buy a whole cauliflower in the same row a bit further down for 40p. They were crucified for it. It was hilarious. Clothes that are completely normal but slap a brand name like Supreme on them, then they suddenly go up in price comparable to someone's rent money. Literally anything designer. SUPREME. This reply costed me $5,500. Hand sanitizer on Amazon a few months ago. Like 90% of the phones that come out, most are a minor. Stunted upgrade. Any Harley Davidson branded merchandise. Cell phone plans in Canada. Quite a few unnecessary cloud subscription services. There's a lot of them that don't need reoccurring costs. A lot of times you're not getting anything extra except maybe a bug fix or upgrade. You should never have to pay for bug fixes, and there was a time if you wanted a major upgrade, you'd just buy it flat out. Yeti coolers. $400 for a plastic cooler with plastic wheels. Especially when 99% of the people I see with a Yeti are just rolling up to an outdoor party with some beer. You don't need a Yeti. Not justifying the price. But I watched some cooler reviews and tests, and they do perform much better than the average cooler. That said, Yeti coolers are rotomolded coolers, and there are a number of other brands of rotomolded coolers that probably perform just as well for much less money. Tea ducking 84. Goddamn Monopoly. Warhammer. It's an expensive hobby. Drugs. I spent a lot of money on them, and all I got for that money was a debilitating disease I had to go to rehab to break. Suppose it also gave me admission into daily 12-step meetings with a lot pretty great people. But I feel like I'd rather just have a boat. Could have bought a nice one with all that money I spent on dope. At its height, I was spending hundreds of dollars a day just to get out of bed. Sheet was a total rip-off. You know. For the longest time I was amazed that the company behind EpiPen would charge a whole $100 on their product up here in Canada. Then I found out they sell the same product for over 5 times that in the US. You'll seriously need better governments.